Have you ever, just felt that click with someone, that spark? It's like this magnetic pull, and suddenly your lives are starting to weave together. It feels kind of magical, but also really personal.
It really does. And that's what we're diving into today.
Exactly. This deep dive is all about that journey, how romantic connections unfold. We've got some great source material, rich observations really that map it out.
Our mission really is to walk you through that whole process. From that tiny little spark at the beginning all the way to that deep, comfortable feeling of lasting love.
We're drawing on a lot of insights about how relationships actually deepen over time.
And for you listening, we really want to get past just the surface stuff.
Right.
We're hoping to show you some of the deeper patterns, the mechanics almost of how connections grow, give you a bit of a unique angle on what makes love, well, work and last.
Yeah, what makes it thrive?
So let's get into these sources. Where does it all begin? Our material calls it the enchanting dawn of connection.
Hey, yeah, enchanting is a good word for it. And it often starts so simply, doesn't it? Like in the most ordinary moments. A random chat, maybe sharing a joke.
Or just a compliment that kind of hangs in the air for a second too long.
Totally. And what the sources really highlight is how these tiny, almost mundane things, they suddenly transform.
Exactly. It's the subtle details that suddenly grab your attention. Like, she might notice the way his eyes crinkle when he laughs. Like, really notice it.
Or he picks up on that little way she fidgets with her sleeve when she's maybe a bit nervous.
Tiny things. But they shift everything. Those ordinary moments, suddenly not so ordinary. That's what the sources call the magic of the beginning.
And then comes the slightly obsessive phase, checking your phone like 10 times.
Oh, yeah. Just in case she texted.
Or replaying a voice note over and over, pretending you just didn't quite catch it the first time.
Been there. And the butterflies, the sources are clear, they're real. That feeling is tied to, actual physiological responses, like an adrenaline surge.
Right. It's your body saying, pay attention, which is fascinating. It's not just in your head.
Not at all. It's these almost subconscious actions, this intense curiosity that kind of propels you forward, doesn't it? Driven by those internal signals saying, there's something here.
Okay, so the spark is lit. But then things get interesting because, well, people love differently. Our sources really dig into this.
Yeah, they point out some, let's call them classic patterns, though obviously not universal. Like, she might remember everything as a favorite. Chocolate, shoe size, even his mom's birthday. Those details matter.
Well, he might show it differently, like acting all cool about it.
Right, like he doesn't care.
But then he secretly bails on a party just because he'd rather talk to her. It's those quiet sacrifices.
Exactly. Different languages of affection, really. Which brings us to communication.
Oh, boy.
Oh, the communication minefield. She's maybe overthinking a one-word text for an hour.
Trying to decode the hidden meaning.
Well, he's spending like 15 minutes crafting the perfect hey, just hey, because anything else might sound too keen, too desperate. Yeah. It's funny, though, isn't it, how these like two completely different ways of operating can somehow find so much comfort in each other.
It is, this comforting chaos idea. It's not about being messed up together.
No, not at all. It's more like complementarity. The research suggests that sometimes those differences actually balance each other out. Her way of thinking grounds him, maybe, or his approach helps her relax a bit. It's dynamic.
So they navigate the butterflies, the different styles. What's the next big step our sources point to? Seems like it's about getting real.
Yeah, that's a huge turning point. When they stop, trying so hard to impress each other.
Right, the guard comes down.
Exactly. And the real stuff starts to come out. Messy hair days, deep-seated fears, maybe some embarrassing childhood stories, raw emotions.
Vulnerability.
It's about letting that authenticity shine through. The material really stresses how crucial that kind of disclosure is for building, like, real trust and security.
And the focus totally shifts then, doesn't it? It stops being about the fancy dates or the perfect Instagram selfie.
Right. It becomes more about being someone's safe space, their peace, that escape from all the noise outside.
That's a really profound shift from impressing to just being.
It absolutely is. The value moves from like external stuff to internal sanctuary. And that's what the research shows builds those really lasting, secure bonds, finding that emotional home base in each other.
Okay, so they're being authentic, vulnerable. But life isn't a movie. Our sources definitely don't gloss over the hard parts. Relationships hit bumps.
Oh, for sure. They fight. That's just reality. There are going to be misunderstandings, maybe some ego clashes, the occasional silent treatment.
Yeah, those moments when Honestly, giving up feels like the easier option.
But the sources are pretty consistent here. Real connection, real love. It doesn't just give up when things get tough. Actually, some studies suggest conflict, if handled right, can even make things stronger.
Handled right being the key phrase there.
Definitely. It's about constructive conflict, listening, trying to understand even when you disagree.
So it's not about avoiding fights. The sources say real love listens. It forgives, it grows through the challenges.
Precisely. And I love this insight from the material. The strongest relationships, they aren't the ones who fight the least. They're the ones who fight for each other.
That's powerful. It's an active choice, isn't it, to work through it together?
It is. It highlights that love isn't static. It's something you do. And facing conflict with that commitment, wanting to understand, that actually deepens the connection. It builds resilience.
So as they build that resilience, how do you really know it's become something solid, something lasting? The sources give us some markers.
Yeah, there are signs, like he genuinely celebrates her wins, even the small ones. He's her biggest cheerleader.
And she supports his dreams, even the crazy, impossible-sounding ones. It's that mutual, unwavering support.
Totally. And interestingly, the connection gets so deep that you don't need constant chatter.
Right. That's a big one. They don't need to be talking 24/7 to feel close. Silence actually becomes comfortable.
Which points to a really profound intimacy, a secure attachment. Just being together is enough.
And simple things take on huge meaning, like a quick take care text.
Suddenly feels like it means I love you in 100 different ways. You just get it.
Yeah. That's when you see that shift, right? Attraction deepens into real connection. Liking turns into loyalty. A crush becomes a genuine commitment.
It's a beautiful evolution, really, from that initial spark to something so much richer, more robust. It's less about the fireworks and more about the steady warmth, the shared understanding underneath it all.
Which leads us to the final stage, or maybe feeling that the sources describe, this sense of home.
Ah, yes. That's really the culmination, isn't it? There's this moment, maybe years down the line, where one person just looks at the other and thinks, wow, I'm really glad I stayed through everything.
And the other person just knows, they feel it too, that deep sigh of relief and comfort, thinking, yeah, this feels like home.
Exactly. And the sources really emphasize it's not the big, flashy gestures that create that feeling.
No, it's the small stuff.
It's the everyday things, the consistency, the quiet, ongoing effort. Showing up day after day, all those little acts of dedication add up.
They build that profound bond. And it all comes down to that feeling, doesn't it? That deep comfort, knowing someone's heart beats just a little softer, a little differently, just for you.
Beautifully put. That's the essence of it. So, wrapping this up for you, our listener, we've traced this whole journey.
Yeah, from that first little spark, that enchanting dawn.
Through navigating all the differences, the messy bits, the fights.
Building that authenticity and resilience.
All the way to that profound comfort and security of lasting love, finding that unexpected depth in, well, seemingly ordinary life.
So here's something to maybe chew on after we finish up. What if the real magic isn't about finding some mythical right person? What if it's more about the conscious choice day in and day out to grow with someone, to keep choosing them, to, like the sources said, actively fight for each other, even through all the inevitable imperfections?
It's a powerful thought. How does that resonate with you? Think about your own experiences, maybe relationships you've seen. What does that journey look like in real life? Something to reflect on.